Unit 3, Lesson 4. Learning Goals. I will learn to think critically about the bystander effect and make text-to-world connections. Success criteria. I can make connections while reading, identify the main idea and supporting details in a text, take notes while viewing a presentation, analyze and interpret details in a text. Lesson. Before reading, view the following video. Click on the link and you'll be able to view the video. After you're finished viewing the video, in a discussion post, answer the following questions. What did the people in the video do? What do you imagine they were thinking and feeling? Why do you think they acted the way they did? Be sure to answer in full sentences and to reflect the question in the response. Also, include specific details from the videos to support your responses. The link to the discussion post is right here. During reading, view the following PowerPoint about the bystander effect. While reading through the PowerPoint, take notes. So the PowerPoint is slowly but surely opening. The case of Kitty Genovese, the bystander effect. Kitty was murdered on the street outside her New York City apartment after loud shooting was heard. 38 people witnessed the murder, but did nothing to stop it. Psychologists have long been interested in our unwillingness to get involved in uncomfortable situations, even if someone's personal safety is at risk. People have a tendency to see themselves as bystanders in such situations rather than actors. Actors are people who become active participants in a situation. When bystanders join in. 4 years after Genovese was murdered, 2 psychologists, John Darley and Bibb Latané, wanted to identify the factors that influence bystanders' decisions to get involved in public situations. Conclusions. Whether or not we intervene in a situation depends on the cues that we get from the participants and other bystanders. Relation to Genovese's case, it suggests that if one bystander had joined in to help her that night, others might well have come forward too. So with that being said, if others witness people not helping, then with this theory, others will essentially not help as well. If people witness people helping, then they will join in and become actors instead of bystanders and essentially help the victim. Bystander effect. Bystander is a person who is not an active participant in a situation. They are standing by and witnessing. What do we know about the bystander effect? Diffusion of responsibility. The more people in the group, the less likely individuals are to act because they think that the responsibility rests with all other bystanders as opposed to when they are the only ones witnessing the situation. Just like you saw in the videos where all sorts of people in crowds witnessed victims lying in the middle of the street. No one actually took responsibility and did anything about it because of the diffusion of responsibility. They all thought that someone else was going to do something, so essentially they said, well, you know what, I won't do anything because Joe Smo over there is going to do something. People will act differently in various situations. Factors that might cause people to act. Morals. Parents taught you that the right thing to do, i.e. damaging someone's property. Damage done in the community. Fear. People don't want to get in trouble for not helping. Personal. If you were in that situation, you would help. Stereotypes. Racial profiling, gender, age, and pressure from others. Conformity. Factors that cause people not to act. Fear. Personal safety, mistake, hurting someone, judgment, not my business, This is a common one that many people claim. Well, it's none of my business. Lack information of the situation. Don't know people involved. Assume someone else will do it, which is the diffusion of responsibility. Inconvenient, busy, they don't want to get involved and they don't have time. Resisting the bystander effect. Obstacles. One obstacle that might cause you to not help someone is you're distracted or in a hurry. A solution to this would be learn about the bystander effect. Practice pausing before you react to situations. And another obstacle would be people around you aren't helping, so you think nothing's wrong, which is essentially called group ignorance. Figure out for yourself what is happening. Don't assume that the crowd is well informed. A third obstacle would be you assume that someone else will help even if you don't, which is essentially the diffusion of responsibility. A solution is take personal responsibility to act. Assume no one will help if you don't. 4. You don't feel capable of making a difference. Remember, just talking to a person in need or calling for aid can really help them. Think of all the help that could have been provided to Kitty Genovese had someone just called for help or gone out and confronted them. Number 5. Helping could be difficult or dangerous. The solution to this is weigh the risks against the benefits. If you decide helping is the right choice, do it. The most important thing to take away from this is always to pause, reflect, and decide. So don't just dismiss a situation without thinking it through. Always consider the bystander effect and diffusion of responsibility, and always try to decide whether or not it's best for you to do something about that situation. Now that you are familiar with the bystander effect, let's make a connection to another event in history where it has come into play. Read the following news article. Good Samaritan bled to death on New York Street as 25 pedestrians ignored him for more than an hour. So this will take you right to your news article. As you're reading, be sure to take notes, to highlight important facts, to consider any connections to this story and the Kitty Genovese story. Consider how it represents the bystander effect. When you're finished reading, complete the following response and submit. In your opinion, what causes people to turn a blind eye when they see others in danger? Does the indifference of passers-by say something about society in general? Do you think cases such as the death of Mr. Tail-Yaks support the premise of Genovese syndrome, that a large group of people in the area creates a diffusion of responsibility that results in inaction? Why or why not? As you can see, there are quite a few questions in this one question. Be sure to consider and to answer all components of the question. Your response should be half a page to a full page double-spaced in length. You should include textual details, so you can include details about the Kitty Genovese murder. You can include details from this article here about Mr. Tail-Yaks, and you can include information from the PowerPoint about the bystander effect. You should also clearly explain all of your claims. So when I'm asking you why or why not, you need to make sure you answer why or why not for all of your claims. Also, you need to be sure to proofread for spelling, grammar, and clarity. Remember, this is not a question-answer response. It is a one-page paragraph response. You should respond in at least 1 to 3 paragraphs. Once you're finished proofreading and making edits and revisions to your good or your rough draft, submit your good draft to the following link right here. Good luck!